Okay. Um, Pinwheels, eyes are open. Well, if the object stays the same, what could make seeing change? The light, or what else? There was a second one. Do you remember? Yeah, where you're looking at it from. Where you're seeing perspective and where you're looking at it. Pablo Tavon, what do you think the divider inside the box does to light?
It makes it bounce away.
It makes what?
It maybe makes it bounce away.
Okay, it could be bouncing away. Awesome. Let's see. Pablo Uribe, can light behave differently with different materials?
Yeah.
Amelia Uribe, what part of this box do you think matters the most for seeing?
The A.
The room, eh?
Yes.
Like the hole. The hole. Yeah, great. Why do you think that? What evidence do you have? What do you think? What would be a reason that this circle would be important to see?
Because if not, I still can't see what is inside.
Because it would be blocked, right?
Yeah.
So the cardboard would block it. Awesome. And then Benjamin, which cells have chloroplasts? Plant cells. Anybody remember what chloroplasts do? Yes, ma'am.
They convert it into sugar.
Perfect. For the mitochondria. Awesome. What's that?
Those have chloroplast.
Plant cell. Okay, just a reminder, we have model pages, we have our session notes. And when I walk around, if your session notes aren't open, I write down like an I for incomplete. I'm almost ready for my reports to be sent, so just understand. Do
You already put on the phone pencil.
you have something to trade?
So
Bag, something?
you.
And you'll give it back, like you come and give me the thing, like you give me the pen, I give you your thing back. Is that important to you?
Yes.
Sure.
Que me olvidas, no way. What refers to the behavior training?
What's that?
The behavior training.
Behavior is like how many interruptions you have.
And when do you come?
We had to submit that last week, so I think the reports probably come out today or tomorrow. Again, that's why I keep track of all this stuff. Like academic responsibility is like, do you have your stuff? Do you ask questions like, what session is it? Because you should know that. All that good stuff. All right. Today we do want to be sure we understand what reflection, absorption, and transmission means, and we can use those. We're going to be looking at different setups in the boxes to understand what the materials are doing. And then when we have time at the end, we'll look back at our first model about what's going on inside the box and make some adjustments to it. We've added, or I've added, transparent, translucent, and opaque to the vocabulary. So what do you think those mean? We're going to be defining them today. And then what can light do when it hits a material? Does light pass through all materials the same way? Why can you see through some materials but not others? What happens to light that does not reach our eyes? And which affects what you see more? The object or light and material that the light is doing?
Mr. Light, it's reflection, absorption, transparent.
The new ones are in bold. The other ones you should already have. So you should already have reflection, absorption, and transmission. For transparent, translucent, and opaque, those are the new ones. That's what you come up with. Those three. And then answer 5 questions. What do you think they mean? Transparent, translucent, and opaque. Yeah, Julio's doing an expert language person. A lot of these scientific words you should see in Spanish too, right? They're cognates. So because you know two languages, it's always good to use both. You're probably a lot sensitive. You're the third person left in class. Did you see? What's that? The what is that? Yeah, it's
Where?
for our school, our class. It says chocolate chip cookie recipe. All right, so I'm now going to define those terms for us, make sure we understand what they are, and how we would show those on a model, at least one way. Again, you don't always have to do like exactly what I do. It's just a way that we can show things. If you come up with your own way to communicate, great. All right, so we have transmit. So transmit is what happens when light passes through a material. Okay, so that material could be glass, could be plastic. The light is going through it. Okay. We have reflect.
Wait, so
Ooh, good Lord.
Light
goes through, so the window, it's transmitting through the window, because we can see outside. So reflecting, I interact with the material and I bounce off of it. Okay, so reflecting is I go and I kick back. So even if you look at this window here, you can see outside, right? But you can also see a reflection. So some windows do both, right? Some materials do more than one thing. Then we have absorb, right? Can you see past that gray line outside? No, you can't, because the light is being absorbed. So that means the light comes in, it interacts with the material, and it stops. It could also maybe reflect somewhere else, but any light that we don't see is doing one of these two things. It's reflecting somewhere, it's absorbing. Okay, it doesn't disappear. Okay, that's really important to understand. So we have absorption. Then we have different materials. We have transparent materials, like the window, transparent, right? That transmits the material. We have opaque blocks, And then we have translucent. And that interacts with the light and changes it somehow.
What is
Some opaque is like the wall or that, but you can't see through it, you know. Some things are both opaque and translucent. If we have our hand, right, it's opaque, but if we put a light up close enough, you can kind of see the light through it. Okay, so there's different levels of everything. So we have transmit, reflect, absorb, transparent, opaque, and translucent. So when we're doing our models and we're practicing this, we need to make sure we're putting all this stuff on our models so that we're communicating to people that we understand the science. I posted the next assessment, which is day E, which is Wednesday. What's that?
I don't
Opaque, like the wall is opaque. Right? Can you see me?
know.
Like my head?
So
You can't see my head because it's opaque.
What you put?
So our assessment's on Wednesday. I put a study guide on it, but again, like I'm a parent in the grade 6 chat, so I always like kind of, I'm like, oh, interesting. If you all don't know what you're being tested on, like that's a problem because it's just class, right? If we have classes and then you get tested on that material. Okay, so you should know what you're doing. So your notebook is the absolute best thing to use to study, but I also put a study sheet on there. Yes, sir.
The translucent is like the front is more like powerful like outside, but when you come to the window, like it's not that like that. What's that?
Some windows would be more they're like polarized. So you look at car windows. Translucent is like wax paper. The parchment paper, that brown paper, the light goes through it, it changes color, right? It was like a brown color. So light is coming through, right? It's not being blocked entirely, but it's also not transmitting entirely. So
But
translucent materials.
Transmit and transparent is the same.
Yeah, all transparent material transmit light. Okay, it could also reflect, like we're saying on this glass here. But you'll see both. One way mirror, maybe two. Okay. All right, any other questions on this? Really good questions. Oops. At this point in your notebook, copy down this table. So this is what we're going to be doing after we get back from break. So quick break today. I'll explain to you what everything means, but right now just get this down. You do want some room here because you're going to be writing down like 3 words. So just make sure those boxes are big enough for you to write.
Which one?
All the boxes. But get everything down. So we have materials, and then we have the A, B, B, A, B, and B. For another 90 seconds. All right, when we come back from break, I'll say what we're doing. Those are just different materials and how they're made. Like what kind of material they are. Like this chair, is that translucent or opaque? Yeah.
It's like when I enter to your session, for science,
The class?
you can see that juego.
I mean, if you go to the class, it has the video and the slides. The questions are on those.
No.
You should have like the information in your notebook, and I put a study sheet on there. Put the questions in.
O sea, tengo ¿dónde es? ¿En la través? No, pero estaba hablando en seco para explicar. Estamos en pintura, pasó. Pure, quiero un computador. Yo quiero ver, pues, las preguntas, las de siempre. Las preguntas de siempre, como, ¿sabes cuándo se refieren? Science, ya como, donde puedo ver las preguntas de formas. El hombre de la versión video dice como vas a esperar que se mate. Cuando preguntas no se mate, debe ser así grande. Ahí por igual. Ahora nos dan las preguntas. Debería que me aparezcan las preguntas. Me están preguntando acá. No hay ni preguntas. Pero espero que los puedan enviar. Pero ¿cómo van las preguntas? Pues sí, hay muchas preguntas. Entonces, no encuentro, voy a probar. Todas las semanas necesito el trabajo de sticky.
Setups and start trying to figure out what the light is doing and what the material is doing.
Okay.
I should go. If you are 90 seconds, is your light? Is it okay with you if I use this figure?
So I'm looking at it. That's one of the problems with these fidgets. People do this. And then it's not a fidget. This is a fidget. This is a distract. Fidget. Distract. Fidget.
And like this,
I'm just saying, this is a fidget. I'm using this as a tool for control. Now I'm using it as a distract. See the difference? As long as it's not a distraction, I'm fine. As soon as it becomes a distraction, then it's a toy. I'll help you when we're in rotation. You all right? Okay. So before I had the one-way mirror inside all of the boxes. So now I've replaced the one-way mirror with 3 different types of material. These 3 boxes up here are the window. The 3 boxes behind Isabel, that has the wax paper in it. The 3 boxes in the back, that's the cardboard. And the 3 boxes on the side, those have a mirror, like a real mirror, not a one-way mirror. You have choice of where you are. Now, every time. So, what do we think the AA means? What do you think that might mean? Julia, yeah. see A and have the light on in A?
Yes.
Perfect. What about BB?
CB
and put the light.
Yeah, we look through B and the light's on in B. What about AB?
See the A and the light.
Light on in B, so we look at A and the light's on in B, and then finally BA is the opposite. For every time you look, okay, you're gonna say the same few things. Number one, do you see 1, 2, no paper balls? Because that's what it is. There's a paper ball in each room. How many do you see? What word best describes the material? The material you're looking at. Is it opaque, transparent, or translucent? And then what word best describes how the light is interacting with the material? Is it transmitting? Is it reflecting? Is it absorbing?
Which paper ball do you see?
So there's 2 in each box. There's a paper ball in each room. Okay, so when you do,
You can see
you
one,
look,
or
you can see 1, 2, or 0. Depends. Right? 1, 2, or 0. Those are the options. So you would write the number 1, 2, 0. You would write what you think the material is, and then you would write what you think the interaction is doing.
But like in
So first I go to the window over here. So you go here, and there's 3 different boxes. Again, I would say the max people over here is like 6, right? And so you want to go through each one. I want to go A. What's going on? Okay. BB. What's going on? And I write down. Okay, great. Then what? AB.
what's going on.
You write down how many paper balls can you see? What is the material made of, and what is the light doing? And then I go BA. Okay? Other questions? Comments? Concerns? Yes,
the words translate appropriate.
you should be using these. So this is how is the light interacting, and this is the material.
We
What's it
only
made
need
of?
to write how many words
How many paper balls do you see?
But I
What is the material made of?
The
We need to
window.
write down the windows.
For all of them. For window, mirror, carpet, so you gotta go all the way to all 4 stations.
In one box we need to write one.
You need to write how many paper balls you see, what word describes the material, and what word describes the light interaction. Lisa? If you don't feel like writing all the words all the time, make like an abbreviation, just so you know what it is. Lisa? Okay. Have at it. You have about 12 minutes. Go, dog is short. Yep. That's it. That's what you get. I'm not making it. So windows, mirrors, cardboard box, back space, yeah. And then what is the light doing?
What word that describes how the light is interacting with the material?
We went all over this. Yeah, you can do it. It's like what lights are, what No, I know, I'm not doing that anymore. The slides are there and you have the questions. Yeah, if you're not looking at the box, kind of make room so other people can do it. Right now, you need this in your notebook, so copy that down and I'll tell you. So show that to me when you copy it. Maybe you want to go get it?
Yo creo que es
Since you're not using it, why don't you move on so that, like as you're taking notes, like so that one doesn't have to wait. Same reasonable. Window center is up there. This is the mirror. That's wax paper. That's cardboard.
Vicente, ¿me das agua? Vicente, ¿me das agua?
And make sure you go to each station. What word best describes the material? Opaque, translucent, or transparent. Opaque, transparent. No, the divider, not the paper. The divider, window. The window, not the paper, not the paper. The window.
What is the things that you can see?
Transparent.
Transparent.
Alright, it's already been 2 minutes. You probably should be on your way to your station. It's not the material's not the paper, it's the divider. Divider, paper. Cardboard station, no one's here.
Oh yeah, hold on a second. I am, hold on.
This is the start. Right. ¿Cómo que crees que opaco, y qué crees que significa
A means the light is on, you're looking for it. The light is on, and B, and you're looking for it. The light, you just gotta stay in the station, do all.
¡Qué ostra! Y ya vi cómo te quemaron. ¿Sabes cómo te mantienes guardado?
Wax paper, cardboard to the back. Is it opaque, transparent? You just read opaque. Interaction is transmit, reflective, Is it your mom? All right, if you haven't made it to a third, copy that down. We got about half the time, so. You want to see the window, the mirror, and the cardboard, or which two? The mirror and the window? Okay, so window is there. First, we have the line on it. That part of the game, so what does it think? Because that's like it sounds like it just sounds like it. There's no reason to say anything else.
You're
in class and like, what did she say? I don't know. Okay. Translucent. Allow some light through, but not all. Transparent, all of them. Watch the class. You missed me explaining this. So here, real quick. Let me show you. About 3 more minutes to finish up. Finish. 2 more minutes. Yeah, especially for wax paper, yeah. Alright, we're gonna move on in 1 minute. Even if you're not finished, 1 minute.
Did you just déjalo ahí?
¿Alguien aquí ya se hace con Johan? Ana, ¿tú tienes que hacer con Johan? No. ¿Alguien aquí tiene que hacer con Johan?
Alright, no matter where you are, we're gonna move on. Back to our seats. Last observations. Back to our seats in 10, 9, 8, 7,
No.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Wait, 5. Waiting on 4 people. 3 now. Wait on 2. Wait on 1. Okay, so I'll call on you. I'll name a material, and first, what is it? Is it opaque, transparent, or translucent? So be ready. If you need to ask for help, ask for help. Carla, the window.
Window. In
Window, just what do you think is the word that best describes the window? Opaque, transparent, or translucent?
translucent.
Translucent. So translucent means it's blocking a good amount of light and letting some through.
Yes.
So window, do people agree, disagree? Everybody agrees translucent.
I think it's
Transparent.
Me too.
Okay, so let's move to wax paper. Sophia, what did you think the wax paper was? Translucent. But we say there's a big difference between wax paper and
No, porque, o sea, depende. En el AA, pero si tú pones como la cosa de la es diferente.
it depends. It depends on what the light interaction
More actually, it absorbs more of the light.
is. It absorbs more, but this would be translucent because you can. Let's see. Where's my flashlight? Can you see the flashlight? Can you see the flashlight? Yeah, you can see it. Can you see the flashlight? No. Can you see the flashlight? Which one can you best see the flashlight in? The window. So the window is transparent. Okay? But where did I put that? We have wax paper. And the wax paper, when we get close, we can see the light and light passes through. So this is translucent. What's disgusting? Who's doing something that's disgusting? This is always fun. We can think of it scientifically. And then again, we have the cardboard. So, Juan Francisco, what do you think the cardboard is? What would be the best word for it?
I think the
Opaque, transparent, or translucent?
opaque.
Opaque. All right, we can't see it. I have the flashlight back here. You can't see my hand. Light's not coming through it. Okay. All right, Lorenzo. When we think about the cardboard, what is the best word to talk about the light's interaction with cardboard? Absorb. Is there some reflection?
No.
Can you see it?
But why
If you see the cardboard, oh, it is opaque. It's opaque. But the best word is absorb, but can you see the cardboard? If you can see it, it means it's reflecting something. Okay? You can't see things that you can, if you see it, that means that there is light getting to your eye from that eye.
Also, when you don't see anything, like when it's all dark and you don't see that object, it's because it's absorbed.
Or there's just no light, either one.
Or it's reflecting.
If it's reflecting into your eye, you can see it. But it could be reflecting away. Okay. All right. Any questions about these materials? Go back to your original model, the one you made about the one-way mirror, and add the words transmit, absorb, and or reflect. So what's going on with the light inside that box when there's a one-way mirror? Okay?
Wait.
So after we looked at the one-way mirror, we made a model of what we think is happening. Huh?
What happened if we have it on the computer?
You already have it saying transmit, absorb, and reflect?
No. I have it on the computer.
Perfect, that's where it should be, it's just like two.
So you said one.
So then you would need to make a model about, I guess you could choose one of the boxes and make a model, and include the words transmit, absorb, and or reflect. Again, you can start thinking about, what is the one-way mirror? Is that
You need to explode that for you.
only if you think they're doing those things? So you have to think that through. Do you think that in that one-way mirror, what's happening? How would you describe that material? Is it translucent? Is it opaque? What I would see here, I should see light leaving the light source and interacting with everything. Right? Because you can see stuff, right? So because you can see all of the stuff that you can see, there should be light going from that into your eye. Okay, well, but did you drew this from the other? We don't know why a one-way mirror works at this point, but we want to start thinking. It's fine. Everybody was just guessing. We also want to think about where is the eye, right? The eye should be having whatever the eye sees, the light should be getting into it, right? There should be an arrow going from the paper to the eye. There should be a line going from the light to the eye. Is this the model? Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, drawing a model is a big part of what you need to show how you do that on Wednesday. You have to have arrows. The arrows originate at the light bulb. That's where they lead. Anything that you see that's in the box, anything that you see, the arrow has to be going from that object to your eye. So if you see paper, it has to be going from the paper to your eye. If you see the window or the mirror, it should be going from the mirror to your eye. The light bulb, if you see the light bulb, there's light going from the light bulb to your eye. So you should have multiple arrows going into your eyes. And what? Sunlight. It doesn't absorb much. Translucent. It's just one that I give you a situation, which we'll experiment with tomorrow and get to it. We'll make like 4 different models. Alright, we're gonna move on in about 90 seconds.
Go ahead.
Who said my name? Yeah. Last session. At this point, you could draw a model of one of the boxes that you saw. light do when it hits a material?
Yes.
All right, so light can do one of three things. We can reflect, absorb, or transmit. All right, question 2. Does light pass through all materials the same way? And that would be no. So hopefully now, having seen 4 different materials, you're starting to understand, like, how does light interact with things? It's not going to interact the same with everything. It all depends on how those things are made. Okay? And we can even start bringing in the idea of, like, with the cups and particles, you know, how on a microscopic level are things happening, and we're kind of looking at that in the last cycle. Number 3, why can you see through some materials but not others? So why can we see through the window? Why can we not see through the blinds? Why? Because the way I'm doing the big thing now, I don't bring back the old learning. So I want to make sure I'm still doing that. So you all know what you're doing. Because there's a curve of forgetting. And so I learned something one day, the next day, I probably only remember about 80-60% of it. And then a week later, it's done like 25%, and like a month later, almost 0 if you're not using it. Yeah. Wednesday. All right, so the idea of transmission. So the window is made of more transmissive properties than the blind. Okay? It's all about transmission and how that interacts. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Let me look at the only thing is to annotate which one you can and can't see. Does that make sense?
So can I put like, because they're of different materials?
I guess so. All right, number 4, what happens to light that does not reach your eyes? So all the time, all the light that doesn't reach your eyes, what's happening to it? It is either being reflected or absorbed. Again, light, that energy does not just disappear. The energy does not disappear. Ever. I think. And number 5, which affects what you see more? The object or the material the light hits before reaching your eye? So here we have 7 things. Maybe the object is the material that it hits, but maybe there's some other material. So in the box, what's more important, the paper, ball, the divider? So at this point, it would be the object or the material. The material that the light could be just interacting with the object. But the most important thing is the material, the light and the material. All right, at this point, I'll start trivia when desks are lined up. Charity pushed in, people pushed in. was what? Reflected on where the light goes. It's either being reflected or absorbed. See, this system works.
Yeah,